Hello folks, I'm Captain Jerry Dilsaver and I'm here today for another issue of the Oak Island Parks and Rec Fish Talks with Al Baird, who is the founder of the North Carolina Fishing Pier Society and the author of this book on North Carolina's ocean fishing piers. Now, Al studied the history of all the piers in the state. He fishes on them regularly. In fact, we're here at Oak Island Pier. You can see it in the background, I hope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over to Al, and he's going to talk about fishing piers in general and our Oak Island fishing piers in specific.
Thanks,
Here
Jerry.
you go, Al.
Thank you, Jerry. North Carolina fishing piers are very special to me. When we were vacationing in the 60s and the 70s, and we'd come down for vacation, we would go to the Outer Banks, and I would always fish Jeanette's Pier up there. And I became fascinated with fishing piers, and later I started to bring my family down in the late 90s to the fishing piers, and in 2000 we moved to the Charlotte area, which then I started to become accustomed to all the piers on the coast. And I particularly liked Oak Island because of its fish access. You could do a number of different types of fishing, and also the fact that it had 3 piers that were really fish producers. In 1980, there was 35 piers along the coast. Over the years, that has dwindled to where there's only 21 right now, and several of them are capped at very short distance, so it doesn't give you much water. But Oak Island still has maintained 2 of them, 2 really good ones. There's this one here, which is the first pier. It was built in 1955, and it was called, at that time, Yopon Pier. A year later, Long Beach Pier was built down way on the west end, and that was, for years, that was the longest pier in North Carolina. And then in 1968, Ocean Crest joined the trio, and it's halfway between Long Beach and Oak Island. Unfortunately, the town lost Long Beach Pier back in 2005, and but these 2 piers remain. This pier is now called Oak Island Pier, and it's the only community-owned pier. There's another state-run pier, which is Jeanette's, that is owned by the state, but this pier has been rebuilt a couple times, and it's really in fine shape right now. When you fish the piers in North Carolina, it depends on the season you're in, how you fish it, and what you fish for. There are 3 basically, well, there's 4 seasons. There's spring, which you want to fish the south side of the pier, or in Oak Island's case, because it's a south-facing island, it's not an east-facing island, which used to drive me crazy because I would see the sun setting over the ocean, and I said, what happened? But anyway, Oak Island, it sits east to west, so the south side's really on the west side, and then you fish that in the spring. The north side or the east side in the fall, and then in the summertime, the fish really don't migrate that much, so it doesn't matter which side you fish on. In the wintertime, it's dogfish season. So you just take a heavy bait and you fish for those. But on the pier, you have the surf zone, which is a sea mullet and flounder and a bunch of smaller species, pompano. And then as you move out, you get into different species. And finally, at the end of the pier, they're doing king mackerel and cobia and tarpon and other species out there. So North Carolina has been blessed with a tremendous amount of piers, and it's a wonderful time out there. Just wear your sunscreen and get after it. So hope to see you down here soon. Thank you.